There's a deal you can't do. There's a deal you won't do. And then
Hmm.
there's a deal you can do and you will do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they align up, do more of those. Why are you
Yes.
evaluating deals that you're
Yes.
not going to do? There's deals that you're afraid to do.
Exactly.
You're doing them to be cool because you're in a group where somebody did that before. There's a lot of, I see that inside the mastermind.
Good morning! This is the Abundance Mindset Podcast. Sit back and relax as we discuss hot topics on how to handle and grow your business, self-development, and how positivity can bring profitability in your life. Here are your hosts, Vinney and Gualter.
Hi, friends. This is Vinnie Chopra from here in Danville, California. And you might be saying, hey, Vinnie, what are these over here? I wrote this book a few years back. Apartment syndication made easy. It became top seller. I came from India with $7 in my pocket. It says 500 million. It's going to be 1 billion very soon. I'm right at about 850, 900 million. And then I'm ready for the next billion. Actually, you will see that happening. 2 billion in this book also. The other book I wrote, which has been a very big positivity, has been my life. Always, I've been married 43 years with 2 children. And the beauty is to be positive, the mindset that can take you to all the places in the world. And that's the book that also became big seller. My third book, Senior Assisted Living, is coming. So do yourself a favor. Go ahead and click the link below to get free copies, audio copies of these books, even printed copies of these books. Printed means digital if you can't afford it. But I would highly recommend for you to get these or go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon. I got it in soft cover, in hardcover, in Kindle, in audio, also the Spanish version of this book also. So let's crush it, guys. I know you can be successful. I know you can do the kind of things that you want to do in life and have the streams of income and know how to really educate yourself so that you could become a strong force in this world in real estate. I know you can. So take that step. Don't just be on the sideline. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your education.
Welcome back, Alchemists. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself and the great Vinnie Chopra. Vinnie, from your backyard again. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, brother. It's very nice weather out here in California, in Danville, and just excited. Good to be alive.
It is good to be alive. We know you got your big surgery coming up in just
Yeah.
a few days away. So what are some of the thoughts that go through a billionaire's head as your body workout? You get the new knee. Like what are you thinking about coming into? Because you got to be like everybody else, a normal person. There's supposed to be fears and concerns.
No fear. It's the beauty of it. I met the doctor yesterday. I said, I'm ready. I'm ready. I said, that's how I am. I was ready last month when it got postponed, but I'm ready now. Everything will work out fine because it's going to be, I'm looking at the end result of travels and not limping and things like that. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
So I'll give you some positivity, right? Because
Yeah.
Vinnie Chopra, and I was in the gym the other day, and one of the guys who purchased, he's in the mastermind. I saw him working out with a trainer, and he showed me he's got a big scar across his knee, and he said, "Yo, this is how they used to do it back in the day. This big scar all the way up." But he said, "Man, worth doing it." He's doing leg exercise, all sorts of the same stuff that I do, and he said,
Yes.
"Man, it's something worth doing. If you ever have to do it," he said, "do it fast, get it done."
Ah.
Because your life changes the second it's done.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. And these new knees are good for 15, 20 years if you keep them in good. Hey, it'll be fantastic, I think. I just feeling that I gave my book, Positivity Brings Profitability, to my surgeon. He says, oh my gosh, this is for me. I said, yeah. I wrote this book and I'm a positive person. So he was quite happy to see that. He
I
says
love it,
everything
brother.
should be fine. Yeah.
Everybody should know how positive Vinny is. So, speaking of positivity, hyperfocus is the principle that we discussed this week. 47, the law of hyperfocus. You sent me
Yes.
some notes already, so I'm reviewing them again.
Please.
And
Yes.
you sent 10 steps to hyperfocus. I'm going to review them very quickly, and then we can start diving into it. One, you gave us a focus question, which I talked about Saturday. I want to hear it again, but I'll share it for everybody who's new here. What's the one thing such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? The second thing you
Yeah.
shared is creating a success list. applying
Yes.
the 80-20 principle, establishing a productive environment, developing focusing habits, setting clear goals, tracking your progress,
Yeah.
building discipline, managing your energy, and learning to say no. I would love
Yeah.
to focus on that last one because I think
That's
everybody
what
gets,
everybody needs to.
you know, how do
See,
you
be
say no,
envious,
Vinny? How do you
you
say
know,
no?
in a polite way. In a polite way. If some people are really having on the phone or Zoom, you say, "Hey, I'm so glad that we are chatting. To be truthful, somebody's waiting on the other line. Just say a white lie." And they'll be appreciative. They'll say, "Oh, okay, okay, no problem." They'll cut it down. The big thing is we got to be really leery. Who is on your calendar and where you're spending time? Are we being useful to the person we are talking to, or are they useful to us that we are talking to them?
This is so true. And one of the problems with
Yeah.
not focusing or hyper focusing is entrepreneurs end up very distracted. They end up doing a lot of things. They end up working hard on things that they are told are going to make them productive. And sometimes they
Yes.
are successful in 5, 6, 10 different directions, but they only ever get about this far. Hyper focus allows a person to really become like a laser, like the sun. When you put it on the whole planet, it grows things. But when you focus it,
Hmm.
it can burn things into wood and start fires. So we do that as entrepreneurs and hyper focusing into certain areas. What are the areas that you believe an entrepreneur should focus on? And what is the thing that they want to control the most throughout the day?
See, the thing is, we all have limited time. I always say that. So, how you're spending your time, 80-20 principle we talked about, Pareto principle, most of the time 20% activity in a day can bring the most results, which is like 80%. But we can only accomplish that result if we are hyper focused. If we are not hyper focused in that one thing that we need to do today, it could take 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it takes. But preparation and also be ready to block off the time. And the other thing is just put the distractions out of your office door, close the door, and it's time for you and the client or you and thinking the plan or the vision like that. So I think, again, I'm not saying that you want to be hyper focused only on one thing for the whole day, which can be true, but be hyper focused on two things. We got 8, 10 hours a day. How are we spending that time? It's so important that we really take one particular activity so that we can get the most result.
Because that eliminates lead time, lag
Yeah.
time. Lead time
Hmm.
for somebody who's just jumping in is we're talking about focus and efficiency and how to get more done. Lead time is before a task. You have to think about it, you have to set
Yes.
it up, you have to prepare your mind, you have to get yourself into the position. And then lag
Yes.
time is after the task, you got to go to the
After the
bathroom, you got to
test.
get some food, you got to stretch, you got to decompress. And so there's these gaps in between and at the end of, or the beginning and at the end of a process. Focusing on one thing for a longer period of time, doing less things in a day, one or two, allows you to get a lot more accomplished. Doing one or two things in an hour allows you to get a lot more accomplished. So, Vinny, how you said time so many times in that description. Why is time the most valuable asset for a real estate investor or an entrepreneur to get their control over? Why is time so important to you? Why do you focus so much in all of our conversations? Your engineering mind is always thinking about efficiencies of time. Why is that so important?
See, time and money, time, money, efforts, I say, energy, I say, right? These are reservoirs of all these filled with lots of nice things in the morning as we get up. But time is one thing which is like withdrawal, automatic withdrawal from the bank. It's happening every second, every minute. So, time, if we lose and not do much in that time period, at the end of the day, we cannot get back the time. Just in the money, also, metaphorically, if we don't put deposits into the bank, how can we withdraw? Similarly, I always believe be jealous of your time. Be thinking, how are you spending your time? Is it the most important thing we are doing? Lincoln's book, How to Control Your Time, Control Your Life, is a great book. Everybody should be reading that. Alan Lankin, I think Lankin. But the key thing is be jealous of your time with your family, with your children, with the community, with your teams, with training, with hiring, with talking to clients. The number top priority, which comes on the top, is the time we spend in activities that bring results and revenues. You got to be thinking about relationships and revenues. Two R's are very important in the business. Relationships with the team of people that you have to accomplish results. And the other one is the investors, in our case, students or academy students and all that. So be single minded and hyper focused that activities that we are doing today or anytime is hyper focused to keep them in mind, to serve them. If we are really serving them on every aspect of the product or services we have, then we'll be successful.
This is powerful, right? Because most entrepreneurs are not jealous with their time. I was at an event, I was in Lakeland, Florida, and I'd spoken and I was leaving. And on my
Yeah.
way out, a gentleman asked me if he could take me out to lunch. And I told him, I was, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But no, I
Yeah.
spend lunch with my family. Like every day, I spend
Mhm.
lunch with my
Yeah.
family. I spend dinner. He's,
Mhm.
oh, let me take you out to dinner. I was like, oh, no, I spend dinner with my family. He's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
bring my wife and they'll all meet. And I said, oh, man, let me explain this. I'm going to spend lunch or dinner with just my family, just
Yes.
that quality
Yes.
time. And the reason is because I'm here at this event. You have access to me here. This is a block
Yes.
time where you can spend time with me. And then
Totally.
after this, I've got to go do the next high quality task. And what was interesting
Mhm.
is the gentleman who is his buddy said this to him. He said, I've been telling you don't value your time. You see this guy
Ah.
values his time. And you're bringing this back as full circle. You mentioned saying no as like the last thing on the list, but I'm now at a point, and I know you're at a point where people send you messages every day. Vinny, you want to jump in this deal? Vinny, you want to mentor me? Vinny, hey, you want to go do this? Hey, Vinny, come speak here. So how do you say no to all of the requests? They're great opportunities, Vin, I'm sure. Come speak on this stage, come to this podcast, come invest in this amazing deal with a 30% IRR. Like, how do you say no to so many great opportunities? And why do you
You
say
know,
no to so many great opportunities? Like what, why, and how?
thing is, see, if you get distracted with all these, I've got so many deals come in. Even my master class last night, somebody brought a deal, $37 million deal over there in Florida. I said, guys, everybody on the call, I said, time out, time out. Are we wasting time? Who in this master class can afford to qualify for a loan except me for $37 million deal? So why are you spending time in even looking through this deal? Oh, it just came and it looks good and this and that. I said, hold on. You do not want to waste a second in looking at a deal that you can never qualify to buy. What's your track record? I just took them through a spin. They really liked that. They say, Vinny, that's usage of time wisely. I said, you should be looking at 7 units, 10 units, 15 units. Brother in San Francisco, he's bringing 22 units, 12 units for 7 million, no, 3 million, 4 million. I said, that's reachable. And in my master class, I try to tell them, hey, your time is so valuable. Don't waste time.
Right. There's a deal you can't do. There's a deal you won't do, and then
Mhm.
there's a deal you can do and you will do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they align up, do more of those. Why are you
Yes.
evaluating deals that you're
Yes.
not going to do? There's deals that you're afraid to do.
Exactly.
You're doing them to be cool because you're in a group where somebody did that before. There's a lot of I see that inside the mastermind. You're right. There's people who are doing evaluations of deals that they're not doing. And then people who are successful inside the mastermind, what are they doing? They're evaluating deals that they're very likely to
Yes.
close on, that they feel comfortable with, they've
That's
got the
it.
resources to
That's
do. So,
yeah.
how do we go and evaluate what to say no to? You say this, I already know the answer. Hold on. Vinny, every year I ask you this, you tell me your North Star. You look at your
Uh-huh.
North Star
Yes.
and what that
Yes.
is. So how does an
Compass.
entrepreneur know what their North Star is? Like, how do you find it?
It's the core values. It's your mission statement. It's what you really want to accomplish, your vision. See, if we don't have written down goals, I always say that for the quarter, what are the three most KPIs, key principles that you want to really look at and you want to accomplish those? You got to look at that again and again and align your activity to reach those results. I'm so hyper focused on the residential assisted livings. Day in, day out, I'm ready to really dig deeper and make sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted so that we could be the best service there in Arizona and Scottsdale. So I think being hyper focused, which is today's topic, it's so important that you get obsessed. You persevere. You don't let anybody take your time away. You got to be totally focused, single minded, what you want to accomplish in 2 months or 3 months, let's say quarter, right? 3 months, quarter. We just discussed also take the whole year and turn that 12 months to 12 weeks. We talked about that, right? And
Right.
the biggest thing is hyper focus. Again, the thing is, what's going to bring the best results? First of all, you got to really sit down with yourself. What are the best results? Look at the track record from last month or quarter or last year and say, am I really where I want to be? Is the organization where it should be? What went wrong? What went right? And then you figure out what's your picture. A lot of entrepreneurs don't have a picture, clear picture in mind. And that's the fallacy. That's when we get disturbed and people distract us, right?
And Vinny, a lot of entrepreneurs that I've talked to, they are doing two or three things. They've got this business, they just got their license to do this thing, they work this job, and they're trying to juggle all three and not doing good at any of them. And when I sit down with them, I'll have this conversation. I'll say, hey, you know what? Which one makes the most money? Oh, this one over here. Okay, let's kill the other two. Oh, I can't because this one might, this has this ability. And like how did you get to the point where you just said, okay, I'm going to do RALs right now, this is my main thing, I'm just going to do RALs?
See, the thing is, you really learn from what's happening in the economy and the surrounding. And I was building assisted livings and had really a lot of challenges in getting loans and permits and these kind of things and all that. Then I said, you know what? How about if I don't want to spend 2 years building, then what's the next best thing? Okay, I could buy already built, right? So I was thinking about even buying already built or senior livings. They were very expensive. But then I came the other way around, residential assisted living, because there is security of it. And after COVID, families are they prefer that their loved ones go to smaller residential assisted livings. So being an engineer, I just looked at and dug deeper and deeper and deeper. Made sense to me. Once something makes sense to you, you go dig deeper into it. Now, the beauty is that the ratio of caregiving, the best caregiving is in residential assisted livings because it's 4-1 as compared to 15-1 ratio or 20-1 ratio in some of the centers. So that's where I change my whole focus, that I'm so excited that we'll be able to, and it's a cash flowing machine. You can make $7,000 to $10,000 per month. Who doesn't want to do that? Every entrepreneur can get one single family home, turn it into assisted living, not be an operator, don't get license. You hire somebody to manage it like I'm doing. That's the key. So the big thing is it's a low hanging fruit. Once you dig into it right away and you can make it, go at it. Because a single family home, which could give you 3,000 rent, if it's 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom, it can give you 7,000 net income every month.
Which means you're pulling in $30,000-$40,000
Hmm.
gross revenue, but after expenses you
Yep.
get $7,000-$10,000.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this, it to me is, hyper focus has been my secret weapon in my whole life, Vinny. It's
Yeah.
been the,
Yeah.
the stick to it, focus on a single path and going in the direction. And as you know, I've spent the last 2 years, almost 3 years talking to you and learning from you. I'm noticing the trends in the market and seeing, okay, not everything works at all times. Multifamily was very fantastic for years and years. And now it's
Yes.
gotten to the point where it's pretty boring. It's hard to make work and it's not sexy on its, future for the next 6-7 years, but it's still possible. So
It is.
it's
It
still
is.
possible,
Yeah.
but the REL is looking way sexier. It's just the possibility and the revenue and the simplicity and the ease is just, it's become out of proportion when I compare it to multifamily. And same with hotel. When I look at hotel multifamily, it's a lot of work. It's one of those things that, but if you look at the REL multifamily or REL hotel, the REL just sits way higher. And that's based on the skill set that you have today, right? Maybe you would.
But and also it's the economy. Look at the interest rates where they are. I had a big discussion this morning, with another good friend of mine. I said, I'm not buying any multifamily, but I'm ready to buy. As the interest rates come down, the insurance costs come down a little bit. Vinny will be back there. There is a lot of money to be made because it's a renter's nation. So it's the hyper focus at this time. And why can't we really perfect two ways, right? RELs and multifamily as it comes. So it's, you never say never to anything. You just learn, you put it in the basket for a little bit, which I've been selling all these multifamilies and all that. But the time will be back again, developments and everything, and interest rates will be down. So we'll be back in there again. Why not?
I like this. So you're taking your focus from what isn't really doing anything right now over here in multifamily. You're saying, look, I'm still going to do it, but I got to stay sharp. So I'm going to go over here and stay active, stay doing things, stay relevant, stay making money. And then when multifamily comes back, I'll come over here, pick them up nice and low and do what I did before. Sell them high in 10 years from now.
Totally, brother.
Awesome.
Totally.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinnie Chopra. We are jumping off. We do this every Thursday at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. You can find more about Vinnie Chopra. Go to VinnieChopra.com. And you can learn more about myself. Go to AlchemistNation.com. The summit is coming up October 18th to the 20th. We can't wait to see you there. There's plenty of room at the top. I'll see you at the summit. Cheers.
I was going to say only one thing. Please go to VinnieChopra.com/free benefits. I've written 3 books and my podcast and everything. Brother Gualter and I do this show every Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific. So please get my books for free, the digital copies and also the audio copies. I hope God bless you. And we are here to help you go to the next level.
See you on the next one. Cheers to your success. Your choice. I always work with the best.
See you next week.
Hey there! The upcoming episode is scheduled for Thursday. We appreciate your viewership of the Abundance Mindset Show. Tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern on various social media platforms hosted by Vinnie Chopra and Gualter Amarelo. Don't forget to subscribe, share your comments, and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for your support.